Hey guys, welcome back to DJ's Board. So as you all know, Peppa Pig is a very bad show, but today I'm going to be looking at the book, The Story of Peppa Pig. Now I'm pretty sure this book came out before the show. Correct me if I'm wrong. You don't have to correct me on anything related to Peppa Pig. But anyways, yeah, today we're going to be reviewing this book. We're not going to be saying any good things about it because there's nothing good about it. We're just going to be analyzing it. So yeah. Let's see. So, frick this book. The Story of Peppa Pig by Peppa Pig and Scholastic. Alright. They're like... So Scholastic is the person that wrote it. Alright, one thing off the bat that's wrong. My family tree. Wait, why is the bird there? What the hell? Alright, two things wrong with it. Once upon a time, there was a lovable, slightly bossy little pig named Peppa. Grunt, grunt, grunt. Now, the first thing wrong off the bat in the story is that word right there. Okay, you can focus, camera. Come on. Alright, let's see. Lovable. You think that pig is lovable? No, it's not. Stop. You're out of your mind if you think it's lovable. Squelch, squelch! More than anything in the whole world, the whole wide world, Peppa loved jumping up and down in muddy puddles. Nothing inherently wrong with that page. Mummy Pig was Peppa's mommy. She was very wise about most things. Mummy Pig would say, "Peppa, when you jump in muddy puddles, you must wear your boots. Squelch, squelch." Daddy Pig was Peppa's daddy. He loved eating cookies, and he had a big round tummy. Alright, that's fat shaming, too. When Daddy Pig jumped in muddy puddles, he made a very big muddy splash. Ho, 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 splash. When Peppa's little brother George was born. Alright, so nothing that bad with that one. But, like, really? He's hardly even bigger than that. Like, whatever. And she's, like, that's a pretty big year gap. Like, she looks the same. 3. As soon as George was old enough to jump in Peppa taught him how to jump in muddy puddles. What, is there an age limit for jumping in muddy puddles? George, Peppa said, just like Mummy Pig, if you jump in muddy puddles, you must wear your boots. Alright, that's 4 for making George sad. Oh, right there, looks like he's crying. Alright, 5 for bad drawing. Dinosaur! Grr! George liked muddy puddles, but he liked his toy Mr. Dinosaur even more. Even though George couldn't speak yet, he could say one word very well. Sometimes Peppa got a little bit annoyed with George. George, she would sigh, why do you always say dinosaur for everything? It's so boring. You're so boring. 6. One day, Peppa, George, Mummy, and Daddy Pig got into their little car and drove to their new house on top of a little green hill. Peppa was very excited about the new house, but she was very excited about the very wet and extremely muddy puddles in the yard. Alright, 7 for putting a chair on top of your car. Beep, beep. And then there's a picture. Let's see. Can we go and jump in the muddy puddles? Asked Peppa. It's nearly time for bed, Peppa replied Mummy. You'll have to wait until tomorrow. 7 for lying to your kids. It's not idiots. Peppa and George woke up very early the next morning and went to find Mummy and Daddy Pig. Hee hee hee, hee hee hee. Can we please go outside and jump in muddy puddles? Asks Peppa excitedly. Snort, snort, yawn. We're going to Granny and Grandpa Pig's house today, Peppa, replied Mummy Pig sleepily. You can jump in muddy puddles there. Beep, beep, snort, snort. You're crack. After breakfast, it was time to leave, so Peppa and her family jumped into their little car. Ready? Asked Daddy Pig cheerily. Yes, Daddy Pig, everyone answered back. Then let's go! Shouted Daddy Pig. Yippee! Cried Peppa. She couldn't wait to get to Granny and Grandpa Pig's house and jump in muddy puddles. This is so stupid. Oh boy. What did my siblings do to this book? The family soon arrived at Granny and Grandpa's house. Peppa and George were very excited. They loved going to visit Granny and Grandpa Pig. Granny Pig! Grandpa Pig! Gangy Egg! Baba Egg! Alright, Granny Pig! Grandpa Pig! Grandpa Pig! Cried Peppa. Gangy Egg! Baba Egg! Shouted George. Hello, my little ones, answered Granny Pig. Come inside. Granny, said Peppa. Can I jump in muddy puddles, please? I think Grandpa Pig has something to show you first, Peppa, said Granny Pig. Peppa was a little disappointed. She really wanted to jump in muddy puddles. Oh, that's an 8 for being mean to your elders. Respect your elders. That's going to be Will Smith's new song. Respect your elders. Okay. Grandpa Pig took Peppa and George to his vegetable garden. This is where I grow my vegetables, said Grandpa Pig. First, I plant some seeds. Can we eat your yummy vegetables, Grandpa? Asked Peppa, forgetting all about muddy puddles. We have to wait for them to grow a bit bigger, replied Grandpa. Woo! Gasped Peppa excitedly. Snort, snort, your crack. Veedgees. Veedgees? Or Vedgees. Oh my god. Suddenly, there was a loud bang! Oh dear, gasped Grandpa Pig. That was thunder. That means it's going to rain. We should hurry inside before we get wet. Peppa, George, and Grandpa Pig ran inside as fast as they could to get out of the rain. That's a 9 for being stupid and forgetting your favorite thing in the world outside while it's thundering. Peppa and George watched the rain splish, splash, splosh down the window. George started to cry. Don't cry, George, said Peppa. It's only rain. Dinosaur! But George wasn't crying because it was raining. George was crying because he had lost Mr. Dinosaur. Peppa searched upstairs, downstairs, and even in the toilet. Alright, 10 for being the most idiotic person in the world. But she couldn't find Mr. Dinosaur anywhere. Just then she had an idea. Peppa ran outside and found a very wet Mr. Dinosaur in Grandpa's very muddy vegetable garden. She ran inside and gave Mr. Dinosaur to George. George was very happy. Dinosaur, grr! The rain has stopped, cried Peppa. What can we do now? I have a very good idea, Peppa, said Daddy Pig, pointing outside. Hooray! Cheered Peppa, seeing the muddiest puddles ever. Peppa had been so busy looking at Grandpa's vegetables and searching for Mr. Dinosaur that she had forgotten all about jumping in muddy puddles. Grunt, 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 squelch, squelch. Peppa loved jumping up and down in muddy puddles more than anything in the whole wide world. All of Peppa's family loved jumping up and down in muddy puddles more than anything in the whole wide world. Grunt, grunt, squelch. Hee hee ha, hee hee ha ha, oink oink, hee hee ha ha, grunt, snort. Cocaine. So thanks for watching this episode of DJ Board. Okay, bye. My camera's at 0 minutes. Ha ha ha, that book sucks. Bye.